Good evening, everybody, and we are back. It is the Fallout Bar after day one of the 2025 PDC Grand Slam of Darts. And plenty to talk about on day one, I think, is probably the place to start with it. But yeah, great to be back on, as ever, alongside me, Mr. Colin Evans. How are you going?
I'm very well, thanks, Cam. Yeah, love the Grand Slam. It's that one tournament where, because of the format, because of the setup of it, it always keeps you on your toes, and it feels like there's no it's straight into it. There's no time to warm up. You've got to hit the ground running, or you can potentially be not mathematically out by the end of day one, but facing a tall order to save your Grand Slam campaign.
Yeah, as we know, it's always tough if you do lose that first one. Still an opportunity to get through. It isn't as cutthroat as a straight knockout format, but you are very much on the back foot if that is the case. Yeah, it was. There's a few today. I just seen Rob's comment. I got distracted there as well. Yeah, maybe we should just do that as the start of the stream, to be honest, and we'll just keep rehearsing what we're going to say, but without actually any noise, and then we'll just actually say the words that we want to say after that. We'll be here until about the middle of 2026, I think, which is what it felt like that game was going to be like at one point. Yeah, plenty of people who started well today. Plenty of upsets, I think, as well, it's fair to say. And there are a lot of people who, like you say, are on the back foot straight away and under pressure going into that second game. We know you can sometimes sneak through with only one win, but more often than not, if you lose your first two, you're not going to be around for much longer.
Yeah, and I think what a lot of players might find today is that they've lost the game they probably needed to win if they had a hope of making out the group or if they wanted to be competitive.
Probably should have
So
won as well within a few
yeah,
games.
well, yeah, a lot of games going to the last leg decider where maybe the higher ranked player finding a bit of form in some of them, but in others then maybe don't want to say underdog, I guess, coming through and getting the win. So there'll be a few seeded players, a few highly ranked players not getting the best night's sleep tonight, I don't think.
Yeah, I fully agree with you there. There is a lot to get through, as ever, with the Slam, and this is why we love it. There's so much action across the day. We have 16 games of darts today, and we will start off at the very beginning. And we're not going to go through every match like we usually would because it's just too long. No one wants to listen to us for that long. So we'll start off with Group H. So the first group on the board, and we had Danny Noppert up against Lucas Venig, nicking. He's just sort of stumbling over the line, I think is probably the best way of putting it. And then one of the big shocks of today, and it's not a good day for you, this, as the Welsh correspondent. We'll come on to the second one, but Johnny Clayton, without particularly doing all that much wrong, getting dispatched by Cam Crabtree 5-1.
Yeah, and as you say, Clayton didn't play badly. Just Cam Crabtree had one of those games where he missed nothing, and I think he was 100% on the doubles and the big out to win it as well. He was just. It's funny in Group H really because just to briefly touch on the Noppert game is Lucas looked very comfortable until he got to the cusp of the winning line. And then he sort of went to pieces and forgot how to play darts. Where the flip side of that then is what we saw with Cam Crabtree is he got into an early lead and he never looked back. He kept Johnny Clayton under pressure. He kept pinging those doubles, and he looked like he belongs on that stage. And it's really sort of made Group H wide open now because all the pressure will be on Johnny Clayton if he wants to get out of the group. Probably needing 2 wins.
Yeah, with the leg difference after that first game, yeah. You'd think so.
Yeah, definitely. And sort of expecting Cam Crabtree to at least win another one, and maybe Danny Noppert as well. So you're looking at then 3 players on 4 points. So all the pressure on Clayton. But yeah, Crabtree probably performance of the afternoon.
I think so. I think, like you say, it was just 100% on the doubles, which your first time up on that stage is just ridiculous. And 102 average scoring was there as well. And like you say, took out the 81 to win it in the final leg. He gave himself that buffer, didn't he? He gave himself got himself out into a lead, 3-0 to start with, lost the leg to go back to 3-1, but he didn't let it wobble him at all. And he was able to just keep that buffer and keep that just him at arm's length, where there was probably less pressure on that 81 than there may have been for other people today that were trying to get over the line.
Oh, definitely, and I think that's the thing, isn't it? As in, when Clayton got that leg back, you thought, oh, here comes the charge, here comes the pressure on him now, from him. Sorry, I should say. Crabtree will be under it, but he kept composed. He just kept doing what he'd been doing up to that point, and got a very comfortable win because of it. And he'll be delighted after his first wander up onto that stage.
Yeah, he definitely will be. I think we've got a quick clip from him as well, so we'll play that and then we will move on to the next one.
Yeah, it's a huge stepping stone. You look at someone like Johnny, I'm pretty sure he played at the BDO Worlds. So I've never done anything like that. I didn't play any WDF, BDO, anything like that. But I'm very fortunate that I came along at the same time as Modus, and I've got to experience Modus several times on Champions nights, on Finals nights, on all these big occasions. And I owe a lot to Modus. Yeah, it's amazing. You look at what Luke Littler's done for our sport by bringing all these big sponsors in and putting his name everywhere across the world. It just gives kids better opportunities to play darts, whether that be in England or anywhere else. And now everyone is reaping the rewards of that because, everyone's eyes are on darts at the moment. It's a massive sport. It's a massive, on TV, everyone wants to watch it. So it's great for everybody. And the kids are now coming through because of that. And soon, probably everyone in this field is going to be under 40 and all the top boys are going to wonder what's going on.
I like that from Cam. He speaks really well, but he makes a very good point. The opportunities that are there now, without going through the sort of the old system of playing through the BDO and the WDF and all of that, the opportunities through Modus and through everything else that are there to get big match practice on a stage for a lot of money, it does help some of these lads coming through.
Oh, definitely, and I think the key is there playing for big money as well. And so, no disrespect to the BDO, but a lot of those players that play in the BDO now, the WDF, would have played Super League, would have played county, where you're playing on a stage, but you're not playing for X amount of money. You're just playing for a point for your county or your team or whatever. So I do think these younger players coming through now, the opportunities there are massive, and they're almost getting enough exposure that when they do get on the big stage, they're ready for it, and nothing phases them. I do think the younger players now are fearless, and whether that be down to all the opportunities they can get or what Luke Littler has done for the game, I do think we're in a position where these players
probably
don't
a bit
care.
old, to be honest, isn't it? Like
exactly. They know the capabilities that they've got and what they can offer the game, and they just run with it. And it's great for us as viewers, for us, because we just know we're going to get a conveyor belt of quality young players coming through who can really mix it with the big boys. I've just got to ask, I don't know what Cam Crabtree usually looks like. Is that a Movember going on?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
I have seen Cam play a few times before, and it's never stuck in my mind, the tash. So
okay, I let him off then.
I mean, if he carries on to play like he did today, I'd be keeping it the rest of the year, to be honest.
Definitely, yeah.
On to the second group that we saw today, and that was we were straight into Group B, and we'll probably not stick on this one for too long because it was what you expected. We had Damon Heta up against Martin Lukeman. Now, obviously, Martin Lukeman, finalist in this event previously. but he hasn't been in anywhere near that form since. And Hector, we know, has just gone sort of strength to strength over recent times. And Chris Dorby up against Jurgen van der Velde, it was both of them 5-1, and both of them pretty much what you'd have expected, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what it was, wasn't it? As in, you had two players who have been on the biggest stage for a long time, are used to playing these sort of games, are used to the environment, and whilst Lukeman's been up there before and sort of, as you say, gone to the final for sort of various reasons. We haven't seen much of Martin Lukeman recently, and it's probably just a case of lacking that big stage practice, really, because it does take a bit of time to get back into it. As in, I think the way the draw fell for the two group favourites was perfect, where I'd imagine Lukeman may have wanted a slightly easier game to start his campaign off, and then build from there. But
if probably everyone in this group would have fancied it being Hector and Dorby having to play each other first, because then it puts one of them under a bit of pressure, and you maybe get them second game when you've warmed into it, where they're under it a little bit more. But not quite how it works out.
No, exactly. And I think from here on, because of the the leg difference as well, you've sort of almost got to make Hector and Dorby, give them both 1 foot in the knockouts, and it's a case of who wins the head-to-head to top the group and who finishes second, I think, at this point now.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. We have got a quick clip from Damon Hector, so we'll listen to him and then we'll get into Group D when it is not fun for you again.
Yeah, that's it. It's obviously that's behind the scenes stuff, isn't it? You know what I mean? All that was going on as well, and I've still got more stuff going on. Look, I haven't spoken to anybody about that, and it's just a personal thing. And it's just very nice to have something like that not in the back of the mind if what's this happening, that happening, and then it just solidifies that I'm here to stay, and things are I can push on now and live my life, you can say. Yeah, I think the darts has changed, hasn't it? There's so much left on offer. So for me to go home for whatever reason and then leave so much on the table, it seems it might be a little bit of a silly move. So I think I'm going to be here for a while, and hopefully I'm going to be here for a while, and and obviously the wife's on board as well, life just moves on, isn't it? So I just think rather than being in a grey area, I think we just have to decide what we're exactly going to do.
Nothing about darts there whatsoever, basically, from Damon Hector, but he is, from what I gather, he is staying in the UK full time, and
I think he won't have to return to Australia for visas and all that now. I think he's, I don't know if he's a British citizen or what, but he's allowed to stay in the country.
Yeah, indefinite leave to remain or something along those lines, isn't it? Whatever they call it these days. Damon, which obviously, like I say, it should help his game. It should help not having to have that extra stress, should allow him to just sort of relax a little bit more as well.
Oh, definitely, because that's the thing, is that you can't just pop over to Australia and back in a day. It's a bit of a slog.
More than that. It's not just sort of popping the other end of sort of from me to down to you in Wales.
Exactly. Yeah, so it'll make things much better for him.
Two people that won't be relaxing so much after today: Gerwyn Price and James Wade. Group D, both of them going all the way, all 9 legs in both games, and both not managing to get over the line. And Ricky Evans and Stefan Belmont with 2 massive wins for them.
Yeah, this has changed the entire sort of course of this group, really. I think if there was one, and no disrespect to Ricky and Stefan, but if there was one group you were sort of thinking pretty much done and dusted before dart was thrown, it might have been this group, based on the way Price and Wade have been playing. But no, credit to both. Both dug in deep, really, because they knew they'd have the kitchen sink thrown at them, and possibly
that's going in. That's going to be one from now on.
Yeah, possibly a chicken as well. You don't know, but No, they both do well. I think Ricky Evans, he's spoken in the last, it might have been this week, I seen to an interview with Phil where he sort of said that life is good at the moment and he's in a new relationship, and obviously he went through the horrible stuff he went through as a family earlier this year, but he seems to have his head screwed on at the moment, and darts are going well because of it. And long may it continue, because I think we all love Ricky Evans. We all love watching him throw darts. So when things are going well for him, I think darts is a better place to have him around.
Yeah, 100%. I'm absolutely with you on that. He's just a good character to have around. He plays the way that he throws a dart just lends itself to enjoying watching it anyway, because of how quick it is and the way it goes. And yeah, seeing him play well is good, but for yourself, probably not so much when he's doing it against Gezi. But it was just a really solid performance from him. Like Gezi, I sort of drop him in there with Johnny Clayton on this, that he didn't really do a lot wrong. And then side of it. And the same for James Wade as well. Like Wade has not played badly whatsoever, firing in plenty of big finishes and scored really well, like 4 180s from James Wade as well. But again, like, just no one's scared anymore, are they? Like, no one is scared of going into a last leg against anyone.
No, that's the thing. And I thought Belmont looked more nervous at the start of the game than he did in the last leg, which I think says it all, really, that they are just fearless now, aren't they? And it's sort of, because it's a best of 5, you can't really have any nerves, because if you let nerves kick in, you could be 3-0 down in 5-6 minutes, and then you're chasing. But no, these players, they just, I don't say they don't care, but they do care, but they just don't care who they play. And
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like they obviously care and they obviously want to be up there, but they're just almost like immune to pressure at times. Like it's like they all know that they're good enough these days, and they all know that they can beat anyone if they're playing well. And the levels that everyone can get to these days, it's not, these people aren't coming in now like they used to in maybe like 15 years ago, where you play people in the first round averaging like 80, and that would be sort of 80, 85 ceiling and not able to go on beyond that point. Like everyone in there now can go up there and put 3 figures on the board and it just not even be an issue.
No, you're exactly right. And thinking about it, I think everybody in this field are probably going into thinking, I can beat anybody, bar maybe the 2 Lukes. The 2 Lukes, I would say, at the moment, are in a league of their own. They've just got an aura about them where their players are maybe not confident when playing them of beating them. They miss at the wrong time, or they don't hit the treble at the right time, and what have you. But other than that, I think the other 30 players genuinely believe they can beat anybody, and they don't care who they play. And as a neutral to darts, that's fantastic. As online darts correspondent, it's happy.
Everyone beating everyone. We want it to be like the championship is every week when we watch football. Like everyone just, there's no one anyone that goes in there and thinks they can't beat. Austin's mentioned James Wade.
Yeah,
it's just James Wade, isn't it? Like,
the fist bump. I think that's become his thing now, where he doesn't do it. I don't agree with it, but
no,
he doesn't do it. But the lack of respect at the end, it just. I know you've just lost a game of darts, but come on, have some dignity. As in, you can curse and swear as much as you want after you get off the stage, but just look like you're interesting.
You still shake hands straight away afterwards, regardless.
Yeah. I don't agree. I don't think there's a need to be like that.
No, exactly.
It's not your opponent's fault.
Especially like at his age and his experience, like. You think he'd just be a little bit more grown up than that. But
yeah, he's been around too long for that nonsense. I was a child.
Yeah, exactly. Right, we have got a quick clip from Ricky Evans, and then we will close out the afternoon session.
Like I said to you last week, I wasn't meant to be here. I still don't think I should be here, in my opinion, because I don't win a tournament. I didn't do anything really. So just won one of the qualifiers, and it's a shot. It's a free shot. It's literally, this is ranking points. This is career money. So yeah, well I do now because I'm in it. But it's one of them, innit? When they say you've got a qualifier to get through, yeah, it's nice. But then at the end of the day, I was one of them big fans of the BDO when they were in it, and watching like people you never saw before, unless you saw them on BBC losing at Lakeside. That was it. That was my opinion of this tournament, and yeah, I'm in it. So
yeah, like I say, there is that little bit of freedom of you weren't expecting to be here, and everything's sort of free ranking money at this point. Just go there and make the most of it, and it certainly looks like he's going to do that this week.
Oh, exactly. Nothing to lose. Nothing to lose now. It's a free hit. Enjoy the time up on stage. He's probably got a foot in the next round if he can beat Belmont. Which I expect him to do based on the way he's playing. Then anything against James Wade's a bonus.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, you'd think that would be enough if he beats Belmont. That should be enough to get him through, or certainly be very, very close to doing so. Final group in the afternoon session, and I think these were the two, pretty much other than Cam Crabtree, these were the two best games of the afternoon. Firstly, Josh Rock and Vessel Nyman. Like this group, obviously, three of them were in a group together last year as well, with Rock, Nyman, and Jean. And they put on some ridiculous performances last year, and we just picked up where we left off. Josh Rock averaging 109 and getting beat.
He's got a habit of doing that, Josh Rock, in that he, again, Nyman averaged 101. So it's not like
Nyman's one of them as well, though, isn't he? That like as a knack of usually averaging something ridiculous and not managing to get over the line.
Yeah, but it's an interesting one because I sort of, based on the way Rock's been playing, I thought he'd be the one to have a decent run in this from this group then. But obviously now all the pressure's on him. I guess that the one thing that possibly saves him is the fact that both games went to the last leg, so leg difference wise nobody's out of it yet, but it does put a bit of pressure on him. Van Veen won't be easy. And
I was going to say, it's not really what you fancy, is it? After losing your first game, is you've got to go and play the recently crowned TV ranking winner.
No, it doesn't doesn't get easier in this group. But and the thing is as well, we all know Lisa Ashton is more than capable of causing an upset. She almost did tonight.
We saw it today.
Yeah.
Pushed Jan all the way.
Yeah, and it was sort of a last leg that saved Van Veen, really, because up until the last leg, he did not know how that game was going to go, and then he found a few troubles. Lisa couldn't quite find them, and even though he messed around on the double at the end, he sort of still
he knew he was going to get
hold of the line.
He was. Lisa, like she found a scoring at time. The 3-180s in there from her, but just in that last leg wasn't quite able to do it. But yeah, big win for Jean, big win for Vessel as well. And like I say, makes it a very tough group now for anyone because there's not much in it in the leg difference either.
No, it's gonna be it's gonna be one for the for those with a strong mind and belief and counting legs and averages. It could go very interesting.
Everything that we'd love to see.
Exactly, yeah. Because we don't have to sort it out.
We all want a 9-dart shootout, don't we?
Oh, 100%, yeah. 100%.
We always want a 9-dart shootout. We've got two clips from this one. We have got Vessel first of all, and then we've got Jean as well. So I will we'll play Vessel first of all, and then we'll play the next one.
Yeah, I do. That's maybe a problem, isn't it? I enjoy it, but it's just a matter of time when I get results on the TV, I think.
Yep, nice, really good insight. I believe that Vessel is doing our end of season presentation night. I hope he brings a little bit more than that to the table when he comes to do that. But I'm sure
It'll
he
be
will.
a short one.
And then let's hear what Jan's had.
I think enjoying is the wrong word. I started off well, 1-0 up. I was like, it's just, of course, when you're playing a woman, especially Lisa Ashton, or like, the crowd is going to get behind her. So I was just in my head, get 2-3, 4-0 up, then no issues at all. But as soon as it 1-1, 2-2 miss, loads of doubles. It's like, oh, this is going to get tricky today. But, luckily in the end I got it over the line.
Is that the first time you've had to play like the pantomime villain up there?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had this much booze against me. But, that's part of the game. And now I had it, I still won the game, luckily. And I know what it's like, and, it's only more, it's more experience for myself.
Okay, see, this is the thing with these like young kids now. They're not bothered about getting booed. They just get on with it, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
He was getting a little bit frustrated when he was playing, but he won the game and move on.
Yeah, are you really a major winner until you've been booed on the stage? I don't know. But yeah, that thing is, when you are a pantomime villain like that, it is a case of just getting over the line and telling yourself it won't be like that tomorrow. Somebody else will be the pantomime villain.
Someone else is getting hit tomorrow. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So he did his job. He's got the points in the bag, and now he can look forward to his next game.
Yeah. Right. Evening session, and we opened up with Group E and Daryl Gurney up against Connor Scott. Now, anyone who's seen me do any of these at times knows I've got a bit of a soft spot for Connor Scott. I do like to see him do well, and he did. He beat Daryl Gurney 5-4 in this game, getting himself a win on the board. And then the other game in this group, obviously, it's a tough group. We've got Luke Littler and Carl Sedlacek in there as well. Littler kind of doing what we'd expect him to do and getting a comfortable 5-1 win. But that last leg for Connor, I think, is massive, isn't it? Like, we know Daryl Gurney's tough to beat. Like, he's one of those players that will he'll hang around, he'll hit doubles when he needs them. But for Connor to give himself that opportunity, obviously he missed the dart at the bull, and was able to come back from the 25 and sort of wrapped it up quite comfortably as well. It was 2 darts and got rid of it. Big win for him in this group going forwards to give himself that opportunity to get through.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with this group, isn't it? We all expect Littler to win it at a counter,
isn't it? Like,
and then best of the rest get second. I actually not worried for Connor, but there were times tonight I thought, I haven't seen him play where he's been that far, missing the trebles by that far, or missing big numbers by that far. And I did wonder, was he thinking ahead too much as opposed to just concentrating on the here and now? Because I think Daryl probably lost that game more than Connor winning it. Yes, Connor threw a good last leg, but I think Gurney will be ruining a few missed opportunities in that game, so probably won it a bit more comfortable.
Earlier on. Like, there was he missed the opportunity at 75 in the leg before, didn't he? He got 1 dart at tops.
Yeah.
And then Connor took out 56 to take us to that decider. Yeah, like you say, that deciding leg, there wasn't much treble missing by a distance in that from Connor, kicking off 5 perfect darts and just low on the 6. I was starting to think we might get a 9 darter to win it, but
yeah, would have been a ways, and we waited 9 legs for a 180, and then we get the perfect 9. But no, you know what? when you're throwing against the darts in a decider, you go off 180, 140, you're unlucky not to get to a double first, really. But yeah, no, it was a good battle. I think it shows sort of how good both these players can be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Gurney will probably just be gutted knowing what that loss means to him, because it probably does mean he's will be out of the group stages. Obviously, he may beat Littler. Crazy things have happened in the world of that, but I think most of us are expecting Littler to go through
to win all three.
Yeah. So, but obviously, don't want to sort of settle check can still cause some damage to this group as well.
Yeah, fully agree. We have got a clip from this, and we haven't got anything from Connor, but we have got Luke Littler, of course, because never going to miss out on that one, are we?
Thought to myself when I lost the ball, you just got to get off to a quick start. Anyone has to get off to a quick start. It's only first to five, and that's what I've done. But yeah, I'm not the best pleased that I dropped the leg. Yeah, well, obviously everyone knows, and I'm going to say it, Michael is not playing his best, and that group is very difficult. We've seen Gary lost to Nico, so could Michael lose out to Bo here, and then obviously them two play tomorrow, and then Gary and Michael play tomorrow. But whatever happens, and I'm sure it'll be a cracking game.
Firstly, he's fuming that he lost a leg, which is just, I love to see it. And secondly, this is the problem when they don't play the groups in order on the night, because he just spoiled two of the groups that we've not got to yet.
Yeah, exactly.
As we know, everyone that's watching us has watched darts. Otherwise, what the hell are you doing watching us? Group C was next up, and we started off with Martin Schindler up against Luke Woodhouse. And this was one that I looked at when I was having a little 50 pence. And I thought the pricing was way off. How they had Schindler as the big favourite in this game, I have no idea, because Woody's played well on stage recently. He's one of those players that I don't think that Shindy is ahead of him in terms of how good they are and what they've done. So yeah, it struck me as strange, and the result was sort of what I expected, which I thought that Woody would come through this and won it quite comfortably with a 5-2 win. And then obviously the second game in this group was the final game of the night, which was Stephen Bunting up against Alexis Toilo, who like they could have played it first on and we'd still be waiting for him to throw his last darts, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you on the Schindler Woodhouse. I think not the problem for Luke Woodhouse, because it works for him, but he's one of these players that does well in tournaments, but always seems to go under the radar. As in, you'll never see 110 average, or you'll never see something spectacular from him, but he's solid enough to make it through to a last 32, a last 16, and he's sort of, that's where he sort of gets to.
Almost like that sort of James Wade mid-90s, good on the outer ring sort of level, that just gives him that opportunity to go and just to go and pick up plenty of money and keep winning and get himself lots of opportunities, like you say, without going into games as the favourite.
Oh, definitely. And I think where Schindler maybe he'll have first round exit 1 week, then he'll get to the final the following week, and
much less consistent. Maybe the ceiling's maybe a little bit higher on the game, but in terms of consistency, a lot further away than what Luke.
Yeah. So people tend to talk more about him then because he's made a final, but last week he didn't. So I think that's where people may have got this one wrong. As in, I don't think it was a shock in any shape or form. Maybe the only shock was that it didn't go to the last leg decider. Sort of had that feeling to about it. Obviously, the big talking point now, though, is that Bunting is also chasing his first win after that last leg carnage, catastrophe, disaster,
Yeah,
whatever you want to
this
call
one
it.
was a shock. Let's be honest. This one
Yeah.
was 4-1 outsider Alexis Toilo in a 1st-5 game, getting the win over Stephen Bunting with an 81 average. Like, he's not set the world alight to do it.
No, and I think that's
Still, like, I mean, I'm sure he's a lovely bloke, but fuck me, it's painful to watch. Like, it is not fun at all to watch. And the only bit that was fun to watch was celebrating the first tops, going for tops on the 100 to win the game. Actual celebration after hitting the first one. To then recompose himself and hit the second one was pretty spectacular, to be honest.
But I didn't understand why he took such a long break. I was like, just throw the dart. Throw the, because it felt like he'd sort of waited too long after hitting the first one to get anywhere near with the second one. But it was a very strange game, and I think when Bunting got to 3-1, I think most of us were just like, right, okay, 6-7 minutes, we get on the fallout early, happy days, 5-1, Bunting, slippers
Well,
on.
it's never going to be 6 or 7 minutes.
No, but okay, so 12 or 50 to 15 minutes for 2 legs. Yeah, Bunting just let the occasion get to him,
I just keep looking at the stats and I can't get my head around it. Like,
and let's be honest,
140 plus as Alexis Toilo in that match.
Yeah,
Bunting's hit 12, and Bunting's also hit 6 more scores of a ton plus, and somehow managed to come out on the wrong end of it to someone that's hit a lower percentage of his doubles as well.
But also had less starts at a double, so
it just I don't know. It makes no sense.
Yeah, say whatever you want. I think Bunting let the game get to him, and because he only averaged 89, he doesn't deserve to win the game.
He's got to be able to manage it better, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's good enough now to
just go for a walk. Go to the back of the arena and back. Whatever you need to do.
Yeah. I just feel like, yes, it's frustrating when that happens against you when somebody plays like that. But Bunting's been around long enough for it not to affect him, and
genuinely, just go and sign some autographs at the back or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Take a load of pictures of your face with you. Just sign them all and start just handing them out.
Yeah, So I do think he's let the game get to him, and averaging 89, he's going to have to up his game if he wants to get through the group. I don't think it's not impossible that we'll see him getting through from this group, but he's got his work cut out now.
Yeah, he definitely has. I don't know if we have any clip from this group. I don't think we do. So we will move on to the next group, which was Group A. And we've had no fun tonight, have we? Both the Welsh got beat, and now Nathan Aspinall got beat as well.
Yeah. Wow. This was a much more painful watch than it should have been when you saw the draw for Aspinall v Michael Smith.
It's one of them games that you expect to be good, don't you? Even though Bully's not played well for a while, you just think it's going to be good. And it was crap, wasn't it?
It was. It was just
13% on the outer ring for Nathan Aspinall.
Yeah, between them, they've hit 8 out of 40, 20%. It's sad to see, really, because here we have 2 players who 2-3 years ago in this game would be throwing 103, 105 averages against each other. And
to be fair, though, Asp's probably playing the best he's played for years over recent times as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It just it wasn't there tonight, and obviously it happens. No one plays well every time, and you will have off games. But big win for Michael Smith.
Oh, it opens the door for him, and it could be a big win for this week, but you don't know what could this might be the catalyst for going forward, because he's in a rut. He's too good to be in this rut, but that's where he is at the moment. So if he gets a run here to last quarterfinal, a semi-final, then who knows what it does for him for the rest of the year. But
we all know what this tournament did for him initially. Like, it did for him last time. Like, winning this in 2022 and going on to win the Worlds after 117 final appearances without getting over the line. I may have exaggerated slightly for effect, but
only 1 or 2 out, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a catalyst for him once before this tournament. It could well be again, and like, he needs it, because he's, like I say, he's down to 30th in the world right now. It's a long way back from there.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Because there are so many good players in there now, like I say, and yes, there's a lot of money in there, but that money gets shared around because everyone can beat everyone in and around there.
100%. That's the problem, I think, is that you've got that group of players who sort of just pinch money off each other, and it's hard to get out of that 16 to 32, or maybe even higher than 16, 12 to 32 group, really, isn't it? It's quite tight there.
Yeah, it very much is tight and around there. One player who didn't make hard work of tonight, having spoken about the other two in this group, was the other match in this group, which was Luke Humphries up against Alex Spellman, and Glenn Durrant was giving it the big up for Alex Spellman about how good he is, and he is a very, very good darts player. However, that is not what we saw up there tonight, and it was just a professional performance from Luke Humphries against someone who was way off what we know they can do.
Yeah, and it's so disappointing for Alex Spellman, isn't it? Because he's been bigged up, he's been probably hyping himself up, getting excited to get over here, have a chance to get against them, seeing the group, thinking, right, it's a free hit for me, nobody expects me to get out of this group. And then when he sort of puts that 77 average and way off the pace, as in he's going to have to up his game to win a leg, I think, let alone think of winning a game. And Michael Smith, I'd imagine, is just hoping that that's the Spellman that turns up against him, because he'll be hoping then that that's him through the group, and no stress whatsoever. But just sort of Humphries just doing what Humphries does, just going through the gears as and when he needs to, picking up a comfortable victory. And he'll just want to get through, bit like Lou Dittler, will want to get through the group quite comfortable from here on in now, and just prepare for the longer format in the knockouts.
Yeah, he will. Right, we've got a quick clip from him, and then we are on to final group of the day, and another couple of good games in there in the final group today.
Yeah, I looked at the draw and I knew it was a tough group, because Michael's obviously very capable. Nathan is obviously playing some good darts again, and Alex is a part of it who can throw some fantastic darts. So I know this is going to be tough, and it's important I get off to a great start in the first one. And I'm kind of, you don't really know what you're going to get from Michael Smith at the moment, or anymore. You don't really know, is it going to be the top performance, or is it going to be a jaded performance? So I feel like I got a gut there expecting the best Michael Smith that can be, and hopefully it's enough to get through the game and get myself through to that last 16, which obviously I want. That's the main goal.
It's just as professional as the performance was, essentially, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what we come to expect from Humphries in interviews now, where he doesn't talk about himself and talks about what he expects from his next opponent. But I guess Michael Smith is the slightly unknown what you're going to get from him at the moment. So I presume you've got to go up to expecting 110, but be ready maybe for an 85. So I cannot see him causing Luke Humphries much trouble just because Luke's got that that ability of just raising his game to the level he needs to win. I think he's got that armory at the moment.
Yeah, I'm fully with you on that one. So, final group of the day to talk about, and we had Group G, Gary Anderson up against Nico Springer, and Michael van Gerwen up against Bo Greaves. And I didn't have this first one. It's a tough group. This we said it was one of the ones straight away we all looked at and went, "That's a great group," and it's going to be really tough. I didn't fancy that Gary Anderson would lose to Nico Springer in this first one.
I don't think many people did. I think all eyes were on Gary, Michael, and Bo, and who would miss out on getting through the group. But Nico went, "Guys, hold my beer. Let's mix this." Hold my drink. Darts players don't drink. Sorry. But yeah, it's chucked this group wide open, and it sort of really adds to it now because Bo will obviously have a part to play despite losing tonight. I thought Michael dealt with potentially being a pantomime villain very well. Nico will be
all he's too experienced to be.
Well, he is, isn't he? And that's the thing. It'd be interesting to see if Nico can do the same when he faces Bo. But I actually think Gary might already be out, and that is between the other three. I think that's what we saw more from Bo tonight than we did from Gary in potentially getting 2 wins in the remaining 2 matches.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think Gary played badly. He's averaged nearly a ton. He's not played badly at all, really. But the outer ring is a worry. And Bo looks a lot more confident on the outer ring and a lot more calm and collected when it comes to those moments. And if she keeps putting in 101 averages as well, she's not going to be on the wrong end of it very often, which is a massive credit to Michael van Gerwen tonight and how he played.
Yeah, it was. It was probably the best Van Gerwen performance we've seen on the telly for a while. I thought he sort of looked like a man on a mission, a man who came to do a job, and ultimately, in tricky situation, got that job done, and he'll definitely be targeting top spots in this group. I think he'll want that. He'll want to go through with people talking about him because obviously, I know sort of. I don't want to talk about Premier League already, but a lot of people are questioning the top 4 being in because of what some of them have done this year. But he'll want to show that actually, guys, maybe I should be in there. But no, very professional from MVG, and yeah, Springer just spring in a shock on the group.
You've been waiting for that one, haven't you?
I have, yeah, in one way or another. Yeah, so no, excited to what tomorrow holds now. Obviously, that's the good thing with this tournament. Not long to wait.
No, not long to wait at all. And we will do predictions as ever. However, there's 18 games to predict tomorrow. Which is that right?
Should be 16, should it?
Yeah, I thought that as well. Maybe I've misread something. There's 16 games to predict tomorrow. I don't know why I said 18. I definitely read 18 when I looked at it before, and I was confused. And yeah, there are 16 games to predict tomorrow again. And we will start off. We're not going to put them up on screen, your predictions. Feel free to throw them in the chat and let us know, but we're not going to have a chance to go through them all. We are going quick fire predictions, and we're going to fire through them in order. I'm going to give you 4 at a time, and then I'll do 4 first.
Yeah.
So, we have got, starting off, Martin Lukeman against Jurgen van der Velde.
Lukeman to win 5-3.
Clayton against Vernig.
Clayton to win 5-1.
Rock against Ashton.
Rock to win 5-3. 5-2, 5-3.
And then James Wade against Gerwin Price.
Oh, gosh. Price wins 5-4.
Right. I will go Lukeman 5-4, Clayton 5-2, Rock 5-1, and Price 5-3. Then we have got Ricky Evans, Stefan Belmont.
Ricky 5-3.
Danny Noppert, Cam Crabtree.
Noppert 5-4.
Jan van Veen against Vessel Nyman.
Jan 5-4.
And Dolby against Hetta.
Hetta 5-3.
I'm going to go Ricky 5-3. Crabtree gets another upset, wins 5-3. Jan 5-3. And Hetta 5-4. Right, evening session. It's much easier when we just fire.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Nathan Aspinall, Alex Spellman.
Asp 5-0.
Daryl Gurney, Carol Sedlacek.
Gurney 5-2.
Stephen Bunting against Martin Schindler.
Schindler 5-4.
And Gary Anderson, Bo Greaves.
Bo 5-3.
I'm going to go Asp 5-0 as well. Gurney 5-3. Bunting 5-4. And Bo 5-4. And then finally, last four for tomorrow. Luke Littler, Connor Scott.
Littler 5-2.
Luke Humphreys, Michael Smith.
Humphreys 5-2.
And Michael Van Gogh and Nico Springer.
I'm going to say it'll be a Nico v. Bo straight shootout, so MVG wins 5-3.
And last on, once again, Luke Woodhouse against Alexis Taylor.
I don't think Woodhouse gets dragged into it, so Woodhouse 5-2.
Yeah, I'm going to go Littler 5-3. I think the 3 legs could be important for Connor. Humphreys 5-1. MVG 5-4. I think that goes close. And Woody 5-1. And on the over or under, how many phantom darts Tyler throws, I'm going to go over 1,000.
I don't know if you get the chances, so you might only do it to slow the game down. But yeah, too many.
Yeah, far too many. And that is us done for today. Well, for yesterday, because we are now into the early hours of Sunday. Thank you, everyone, for coming along. We'll get to the point in a couple of days' time where we can go through predictions properly and we'll throw them all up on the screen. Because obviously, it is good, all you lot getting involved. There's plenty of you in there anyway that have all been throwing them in. So chat away amongst yourselves. But that is us done for day one. We will do it all again tomorrow. Might be us two again. Not sure. No idea. May even have Dan Simpson along for the ride with us. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. That has been day one of the 2025 PDC Grand Slam of Darts. See you all on the other side.